All right, man. It feels like we just did this not too long ago.
About 3 months ago.
Yeah, no Maria this time, though, on the card.
Yeah, no Maria this time. We tried, but Bellator was having a hard time finding her a match, trying to find her a fight. So that's kind of sucky, but still the same old, same old.
Yeah, and obviously the last fight didn't go your way, but it didn't sour you fighting again here at home. Is this something you really enjoy, fighting in Arizona?
Oh, for sure. Fighting in my adopted hometown, Phoenix, Arizona, it is always nice. I love fighting here in Phoenix. The logistics, first of all, just the logistics is easy. You don't have to worry about what kind of food you're going to eat, how you're going to rehydrate, packing your food, bringing your workout partners you're going to bring, what coaches you're going to bring. So it's nice to be here local. I have all my gym, 15-minute drive away. So that is very nice, yeah.
And I guess kind of what did you take away from that fight with Brent? Was there anything you kind of in your head went wrong specifically?
I think for me, the thing that surprised me the most was his insistence on wrestling and being on top, which I guess I should have thought of, him losing his fight against Islam because he lost the wrestling. We thought he was going to almost pull a guard and then just be content to work on bottom, pull the Sean Williams guard and that sort of stuff. But he was more insistent on his wrestling, and that's what took me off guard. The fact that I was losing, or he was even trying to wrestle, that he was going for shots and doing that sort of stuff. We thought he'd be more of a guard puller and more standing up and whatnot. But, he did a great job. Hats off to him. Got his hand raised. But next time, when there's a next time, I'm not going to be surprised with him trying to wrestle me up.
And obviously with this fight, I'm sure you had to prepare your wrestling quite a bit. Is that kind of what you expected from Mamedov? Just kind of what we saw in that Primus fight? Just try to hold you down, wet blanket? He's obviously really good at it. So.
Oh, yeah. Islam is very good. He is so good. He's almost not allowed, but he's so good he can get away with being a little bit one-dimensional. Definitely very, very wrestling heavy. And my job is going to be to make sure I go out there and have good footwork so that we don't start wrestling. As soon as he grabs a hold of a single leg or a double leg or gets in a body lock, then you're already starting wrestling. You're already wrestling at that point. The whole point of it is to have great footwork, move around so he doesn't grab you, so you're not actually wrestling him. He's trying to wrestle you, and you're punching him. That's the goal.
And lightweight's pretty open right now. It sounds like Sidney Outlaw is going to get the next title shot, but beyond that, it's a little murky. So do you feel like this is one of those scenarios where, like, if you go out there and you beat Islam, you're kind of in a round robin with Brent, him, and you. So do you think you could be the one to kind of get into a title picture scenario here?
I'll do whatever Bellator says, whoever they give a title shot to. But I was talking to Scott Coker, calling me, talking to some of the VPs at Bellator. I asked them point blank, hey, what do I need to do? I know 3 losses in a row doesn't look good. One's at 70, it is what it is. But 3 losses in a row doesn't look good. But what I need to do, what's the quickest way I can get back to a title shot? I still feel as if, of course, I'm biased by my own opinion, but I feel I'm still the best lightweight in the world. How can I go back to there, prove it? How can I get a chance to prove that? And then they threw out Islam's name. They said, hey, this guy's 19 fight win streak in a row. He just beat the guy who beat you. He beat Brent Primus, and no one else can fight him. They couldn't get everybody saying no to Islam. No. So, yeah, sign me up. I'm your Huckleberry. If Islam's the guy who if I beat him, I'm that much quicker, faster to a title shot, then absolutely, I'm all for it.
Do you think people are saying no because of what style of fight that he brings? Like, he can control a lot of these lightweights, and they just don't want to go through that in front of for 15 minutes?
I think that's a pretty safe bet to say. Yeah, I think a lot of the guys don't want to fight Islam because he is able to dictate the pace of the fight and make it a kind of fight that he wants. And that's I would say probably a large part of the reason why most of the guys in the Bellator 55 roster didn't want to fight him.
Over the last few years, I've interviewed a lot of fighters in various promotions fighting Russians or Dagestanis, and they say their DMs just blow up with hate whenever you're fighting one of their countrymen, and their social media just is filled with languages they don't understand. Is that the case with you, too? You getting a lot of Russian hate in your social media now?
No. I've been on Russia a couple of times and been to Moscow and St. Petersburg, and I love Russia. I've only ever gotten pretty positive respect from Russians. Having fought a couple of Russians before, beat Rustam Khabilov, and a good tough fight. So I got a lot of respect, a lot of love out of that. It was both of us, mutual respect and whatnot. And then I took a whooping from Andre from Korskov. Actually got a lot of respect for that. Like, oh man, you did a great job. You did really, really tough. Korskov was really tough, and you hung in there the entire time, didn't give up. I was like, yeah, man, he threw me a whooping the whole 25 minutes, but I tried my best, man. And so, no, I love Russia. I love Russians, and I haven't gotten any bad stuff.
Sure.
What's the vibe of the gym these days? I know Jared's got a big fight coming up too. People think he could be a possible number one contender with a win right there.
Jared Cannonier is going to have a UFC belt around his waist in 2022. The vibe is good at the MMA lab. We have a lot of youngsters. The biggest thing I always harp about, but like it seems like the past just 2 years has taken it to another level. We got some youngsters on our team. We got some amateur guys on our team. Like not even pros, just some amateurs who give Cannonier, who give myself like a hard time, a hard go. We're like, oh, I got to bring my A game today. Like if you sloughing in practice, some of our amateurs are going to take it to you, you know. So I think the last couple of years we have some amateurs on our team that they're going to be blowing up next couple of years. You're going to see like 5, 6, 7, 8 guys come out of the lab and be like, oh my goodness, who is this kid? Where did he come from? Oh, he's changed out the lab. Oh my goodness, and they're going to make a big name, big splash for themselves in the MMA world.
Why do you think Maria couldn't get a fight? Was it just her name and what she did in her last fight? Maybe they don't want to risk maybe an L in their amateur career?
Tough to say. Who really knows? But yeah, my wife, Maria, she couldn't get a fight. They was looking for Maria for her fight before they talked to me about Islam. They were looking for Maria for a while. Say, oh, we want Maria to fight again. When do you have an event? Like, oh, actually, I have an event in Phoenix. Yada yada at this date, end of January. So they started looking for her way ahead of time. And then I started talking to Bellator, and then they said, okay, do you want to fight in Phoenix? I was like, oh yeah, sure, of course. But I'm not really sure why they have a hard time getting in fights. She might have to end up going her next fight pro, which, you know, it is what it is.
And last one for me. I was looking back at some of our old interviews that we've done in the past, and you told me once your goal was to get your belt back and retire at 33. So what's the motivation to continue fighting right now? Is it just still chasing that Bellator belt right now?
For right now, yeah, the Bellator belt, for sure, absolutely. I will have that Bellator belt around my waist. But the 33 age is because I was looking up, doing research, and I still wanted to join the military afterwards when I retire. And the cutoff age I thought was 33, but that's for active duty or whatever. The actually cutoff for reserve is a little bit older. It's like 43, I believe now. 42, yeah. And they change it all the time too. Like some years they go to like 41 or 40, and then some years they say up to 43 or 42. So I got time to join the military. I'm just going to do the reserve, sign up. I'm going to change tires. Like I'm not going to, I'm not going to go out there and save the world, so to speak. I'm not going to go out there and go into any battles, any wars. But I'm going to help out and do my duty to my country, help serve. I'm going to change tires. I'm going to change the oil on some big trucks, some army trucks. So, but I got time for that. So I was like 33. He's like, no, it doesn't have to be 33. I can be a little bit older. So.
Has this always been? I've never heard you talk about joining the military before. Has this always been one of your goals?
Yeah, I talk about forever. Most kids always say, "Oh, I was in the military, army. I was doing this." What's that?
Your dad was army, right?
Yes, my father was army. Yeah, like every kid talks about joining the army and this, but eventually they get to an age where like, oh well, I'm a little older now. I'm not going to join the army. But I still think I think everybody has a job, a civic duty to serve their country. I think I feel the same way about myself, and I can't say that unless I join the military. Like, oh, you have a duty to your country. Well, what'd you do? Well, when I say that, I meant but I think everyone has a duty to serve their country, and you can serve your country in a million different ways. That's what people don't realize. Like, you can serve your country being a nurse, working at the hospital. You can serve your country by changing tires. You can serve your country by doing a bunch of different ways. That's what I want to do.
I noticed you would always wear Captain America. Are you still a Captain America fan? And what are your thoughts on the latest series?
Yeah, I am a huge Steve Rogers fan.
Nice.
I love Captain America, but what I love more is the man who Captain America is, Steve Rogers. He is a good man. And that's what we need in this world more of. We just need good guys, good men, good people, good women. Yeah, we need people to try and be better. We're too content with social media and everything being 10 seconds and fast, now. Man, just focus on being a better person. Like literally, you can be a better reporter, you can be a better journalist, you can be 1%, you can be better tomorrow than you were today. Just 1%, just do something, just 1%, you can be a better journalist, you can be a better writer, you can be a better father, you can be a better husband, you can be a better person by 1%. 1%, literally, 1%, how easy is that? You can be a better person tomorrow than you were today. By you not being better, that's you making a conscious choice to not be better. That's you being lazy. Yeah. So me, every single day of my life, I want to be a better father than I was yesterday. It doesn't have to be a lot. I'm not talking like, balloons and this and that, dancing for my kids, nothing crazy. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about, 4 dozen roses for my wife on one day, but just 1% better. Do something 1% better. How easy is that? To get 1% better. So I think if our country, our world, everyone tried to be a better person, I think we live in a better world.
But you're still a Shatterstar fan, right?
Still a Shatterstar fan. Still a huge Shatterstar fan. Still a huge X-Force fan. Cable Nathaniel Dayspring, as Candy's son. I love him. I love Steve Rogers because of the man that he is.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you gotta be ready to go to the gym.